Tanya woke up to the commotion, and that was when she realized her illness is back. The treatment has worn off. She couldn't help but tremble in fear. He's going to kill me, she thought. Kaden ordered the maids to find the source of the smell as it was getting more unbearable, and that's when he noticed Tanya's trembling body. In the majestic kingdom of Kantasi, where King Tansi II reigns with fairness and kindness, his queen Anaya is renowned for her unparalleled beauty, captivating all who lay eyes upon her. Together they have 3 children, Prince Zamani, Princess Katara, and the youngest, Princess Tanya. Prince Zamani possesses a charm that enchants every young woman in the kingdom, while Princess Kara rivals her mother in beauty, earning her the title of the 2nd most beautiful woman in Kantasi. Yet hidden within the palace walls, Princess Tanya remains a mystery to the kingdom. Blessed with a delicate face, silky hair, and a figure that could captivate a kingdom, she is kept away from the public eye, raised by her nanny and a few maidservants. Her absence from the kingdom's sight leaves her shrouded in mystery, her true beauty known only to those within the palace walls. Growing up in the confines of the palace, away from the love and attention of her parents and siblings, Princess Tanya always wondered why her family seemed to ignore her and why the maids avoided her. At the tender age of 5, driven by a burning desire for answers, she sneaked into her sister Princess Kara's chambers. However, what she heard shattered her tender heart. Princess Kara lashed out, her words cutting deep. She cruelly revealed that everyone avoided Tanya because of her unpleasant odor, a result of a stubborn skin condition. Despite numerous attempts by royal physicians, there was no cure. As Tanya grew older, the scent only grew stronger, making her a target for ridicule and scorn. The realization crushed Tanya's spirit, plunging her into a deep sense of loneliness and despair. Alone within the palace walls, Tanya endured the disdain of those around her, the maids covering their noses whenever they approached her. Despite her outward beauty, the stigma of her condition left her isolated and dejected. Years passed, and Tanya blossomed into a stunning young woman, her beauty captivating all who beheld her. Yet her heart still ached from the rejection of her family and the constant reminder of her condition. Then, unexpectedly, King Tansi summoned her to the throne room. Confused and wary, Tanya obeyed, her heart heavy with uncertainty. As she entered the room, she beheld her family gathered together, a perfect picture of royal harmony. Despite the pain in her heart, Tanya mustered the strength to greet them with a curtsy, hiding her heartbreak from her supposed family. King Tansi gazed upon his youngest daughter, her beauty a bittersweet reminder of how perfect she would have been without her illness. He addressed her in a voice that echoed with authority. "As a woman now, you can no longer remain hidden within the palace walls," he declared, his words carrying the weight of royal decree. "Your marriage has been decided. On the 15th of next month, King Kaden of Umana Kingdom will come to seek your hand in marriage. From this moment forward, your mother will arrange lessons to prepare you for your role as a wife and queen. As you will be representing our kingdom in this alliance, we are all depending on you." Tanya felt shocked and hurt. She couldn't believe her family's treatment. She thought they missed her, but they just saw her as a tool. She'd heard scary stories about King Kaden, the man she was supposed to marry from Lena, her maidservant and only friend. King Kaden was cruel and had killed his uncle to become king. Just 28 years, Kaden had fought and won May wars to stabilize his throne. Tanya knew she couldn't marry him. When she told her parents about her illness, they said not to worry, as everything had been prepared. They promised she'd be treated well in Umana Kingdom as she'll be the new queen of the kingdom. In anger, Tanya suggested her sister marry King Kaden instead, since it's such a good thing like her mother said. But her family got angry and told her to leave and prepare for her wedding. Feeling betrayed, Tanya returned to her room heartbroken, wishing she could be normal and loved like her sister. With her wedding only days away, Tanya heard that King Kaden was coming to see the mysterious princess who will be his bride. Fear gripped her heart as she realized her fate was sealed. 2 days to her wedding, Tanya's mother, the queen, arrived in her courtyard, accompanied by 2 royal physicians. They performed acupuncture on Tanya to temporarily block the smell from her body, just for her meeting with King Kaden. Curious, Tanya asked why they hadn't used this treatment before. She learned it was risky and could only be done twice, lasting only 24 hours each time. The next treatment would be on her wedding day. Tanya realized her family's plan. She was a pawn in a political game. Once King Kaden discovered her illness after marriage, it would be too late to cancel the alliance, and he might react violently, leaving her to face his wrath. She saw clearly that her parents didn't care if she lived or died. After the treatment, Tanya felt normal for the first time without the terrible smell. She was taken to the throne room to meet King Kaden. Contrary to his brutal reputation, he was handsome with a chiseled face. Tanya couldn't help but stare at him. Kaden, in turn, was pleased with his bride-to-be. He saw her beauty and understood why she had been hidden by her family. Men will definitely fight to have a woman like her. The wedding proceeded 2 days later. Tanya bid farewell to her supposed family, who pretended to be reluctant to part with her. She knew this might be her last moments alive, as she feared Kaden would kill her once the effects of the treatment wore off. The journey to Umana Kingdom took hours, and they arrived at night. Arriving at Umana Kingdom, the whole kingdom was lit and in a festive mood. People celebrating on the streets contrary to the reception Tanya expected due to the reputation of her cold-blooded husband. Inside the palace, the festivities continued, and curious gazers trying to catch a glimpse of the mysterious princess, who's now their queen. Kaden led Tanya to their wedding chamber. Tanya's nerves were on edge as she hopes the cold king will ignore her presence. But things went contrary to her expectations. From the king's actions, it's obvious he plans on consummating their marriage. Tanya tried to protest, but a fierce glare from Kaden made her shut up, and the wedding night proceeded. Exhausted and overwhelmed from the night's activity, Tanya succumbed to sleep, momentarily forgetting her illness and how the treatment will wear off in the morning. The next morning, Kaden woke up to an unpleasant smell. Confused, he sat up and turned to look at the woman beside him. She really is a beauty, he thought. He could keep staring at her all day, but first he had to find the source of this terrible smell and get rid of it. He called in the maidservants waiting outside the room. Tanya woke up to the commotion, and that was when she realized her illness is back. The treatment has worn off. She couldn't help but tremble in fear. He's going to kill me, she thought. Kaden ordered the maids to find the source of the smell as it was getting more unbearable, and that's when he noticed Tanya's trembling body. Thinking she was scared by the commotion, he tried to move closer to her, and that was when Kaden noticed the smell is stronger from her side, and he couldn't help moving closer to her to confirm his suspicion. Tanya, now in tears, tried to move further away. Kaden, shocked and confused, realized the smell comes from his new wife. The maids present were all surprised and shocked. Kaden now realized why she was hidden behind the palace walls and nobody knew her. It wasn't because of her beauty, rather because of this horrible smell. He felt angry and cheated. The Kantasi kingdom dared to trick him, and he actually slept with her. Filled with anger and disgust, Kaden turned around and left. Tanya fell to the ground, her whole world shattering with her. This was nothing compared to how she felt back in her father's kingdom. Seeing the repulsion in Kaden's eyes broke her, and she felt humiliation wash over her. She wished he'll kill her and put an end to this miserable life.